Hello ladies and gents, so we're going to be talking about some simple guides to hordes on what you should do when starting out. So first thing you want to do is just join the AI leveling parties. You want to get to level 45 as fast as possible. Now while you're leveling, you should also pick up skill books. You can know which skill books to pick by looking at their colors, which correspond to your class. Alternatively, you can also hold shift and also adjust your item filter to only show less items so it's not all cluttered on the screen. And while leveling, you should also put all your points into your bloodline stats, because that's really all you need for the entirety of your gameplay. Alright, now that you're 45, you can start doing endgame stuff. The first thing you want to do is always do Gloom Fury. That guy spawns every third hour. It's in a 3-hour cycle. You can go look up the cycle times yourself. And yeah, that's the one thing you really want to do, because it directly responds to your endgame gear. Speaking of gear, these are the stats that you want. Now, you want to get the DPS or the tank set first, depending on which class you are for the Gloom Fury, and afterwards you want to get the PvP gear and also the farming gear. You want to keep the 4-statter items you get from Gloom. Now, what is a 4-statter? Well, it's when you're doing Gloom, you'll have these preferential percentages, essentially. You want to get it to 110% to the maximum, but anything above 99% in these items will give you 4 stats, and that's the endgame gear you want. Now once you have good gear, you can go upgrade it at the blacksmith. Now lucids are super important. You'll farm these when you're leveling, you'll also farm these later on as well. Get lucids, melons, turums, fundos, amaris, and purums. Now purums only drop from Gloom Fury. Those are super expensive. Current market prices are 100 gold per each, but lucids are also getting very expensive because they're used so much. Use these items, or these runes, to upgrade your items at the blacksmith at spawn. Now, preferably you want to upgrade everything to +6 first, maybe your weapon +5 if you're poor, but at the end game you prefer want +7 everything, but weapons usually last because those are the most expensive ones. Alright, now that we are all geared up and getting ready to go, we can do Obelisks. Now, Obelisk is the thing that happens before Gloom Fury, 1 hour. You basically do this to get medals, fame, most of the time, and also an Obelisk buff, or the bone buff as it's called in the files. This thing allows you to get +1 drops from Gloom Fury. So if you do the Obelisk, you have a higher chance to get more gear, which usually equals a higher chance to get better gear. Not always, obviously, but it's definitely a nice way to get fame, medals, and also more gear. And also, you want to get more fame so you can get the crowns. Now, you don't need the top crown, but you definitely want to be somewhere in the middle range, there where you sort of get all the IF buffs, or the item find buffs, and also, all the haste, movement speed. Those are really useful for farming and PvP. Right, now the next thing you can also be doing at endgame is farming. Now there's a few ways to farm. The most popular one is probably just solo farming, because let's be honest, we all don't have friends. No, but yeah. If you're solo farming, you want to get gear that is item find plus luck, and then usually bloodline or haste, crit, damage, whatever. But most of the time you're not going to get that lucky and get a full set unless you're like a try-hard no-lifer. But yeah, you want to get it to +6, +7. Now what item find plus luck does is basically it drops more items, more gold, and which basically allows you to, just farm more. Now what we also look out for is these spots called hell spawn spots. There's 3 types. The first one is the green skull, which is just there for babies to check out how this, hell spawn system works. The second spot are the normal hell spawn spots, which are usually the mobs will get a hell spawn from 7 to 10 if you look at their stacks. And then the golden ones, which are 50, 70, and 90. Now those also go up if you're killing them, but the 90 ones go up infinitely, but the other 2 only go up 20 times or something. Now these spots are important because they drop, first of all, materials. They drop insanely more gold, and also just a lot more XP, although once you're 45 you really don't care about XP. Now for most people you just want to stick to the 7 to 10 hell spawns, but if you want to do the 50, 70, or 90 hell spawns, the golden skulls, you can do that party hell spawning. Now usually this gives around 100 gold power to maybe like 200, 300, 400 depending on how good your team is and how much IF you have. So it's a very good way to do endgame farming, but you cannot be a stupid doo-doo head to do them. So you need to actually pay attention and not just spam your skills and do whatever. You most certainly want to go ask people around how to team hell spawn. Go around maybe asking a Discord or ask your faction players, and don't ask people who are like not good at the game. You definitely want to it's much better asking the Discord, because most people there are just no-lifers. Nobody else talks on the Discord except for some weird people, but we're not gonna dwell on that anyway. You definitely just want to know what you're doing in hell spawn. Now the last two things that you gotta know is, first of all, arena. Now you only do arenas to get 1.6k arena rating, because at that point you can buy the basic charms at the charm trader in your original spawn point in Guardstone, and these basically are extra skills and they're really powerful and really useful. Especially the Tattooed Skull for doing Gloom Free or farming or even PvP. It's just an all-rounder awesome skill, and the other ones give like some super defensive buffs. Now there are also the expensive ones which you don't need arena rating for, but you need like 1k gold and a stupid amount of materials, so you usually don't do that. Now the other thing to do arena is also just, you know, to get medals to buy the basic charms. So this is a really important one, and most endgame players don't do it that often with new players, because, you know, the higher arena rating you are, the harder it gets. So you want to like find people around your similar rating, or somebody who doesn't mind losing the arena rating. And yeah, you just want to do it to 1.6k. It shouldn't take too long. Maybe 20 arenas, 30. I don't know. I haven't played in a while, but yeah, you just want to get a nice group and do that real quick. Now that's about all you need to know for hordes as a starter. That's about the basic things, the gist of it. There's a lot more stuff going on, like finding rare mounts, doing stupid optimization, min-maxing like tryhards, or, you know, knowing which skill builds are slightly better than the other ones, what rotations to do, but you don't really care about that. The first thing you want to do is just to get a good idea of the game. The most important thing I would recommend you to do is just opening chat, talking to people. That's honestly the best thing in Hordes, because it's a glorified chat simulator in my opinion. Anyway, have fun, good luck. There's still people playing, don't worry, it's not a dead game, and yeah, see you around.